ChatGPT, I want you to create a recipe. Use all the information you can find to try to create something that will go viral and be the new viral recipe of 2023. It must be insanely delicious.
Creating a recipe that could potentially go viral involves understanding current food trends, combining unique flavors, and ensuring the recipe is visually appealing, easy to make, and can be shared on social media platforms. Let's design a recipe that might just become the viral sensation of 2023. Spiced Honey-Drizzle Sweet Potato Waffles.
Okay, so this was a bit of a labor of love. I hope it's good. Good morning, guys. We're about to turn these sweet potatoes into waffles somehow. Should be interesting. As you saw, I asked AI to come up with like a trendy viral recipe that doesn't already exist. And although this might already exist, who knows? It came up with sweet potato waffles. I've never even thought of such a thing. The first ingredients though is mashed sweet potatoes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw them into some boiling water and get them mashable. How do you do that? I don't know, I've never done that. It looks like salted water, add potatoes for 20 to 30 minutes and simmer until tender. Well, add sweet potatoes to boiling water, reduce heat to medium-low, simmer till tender, 20 to 30 minutes. That's what it says. And then another recipe I just saw says dice them into 2-inch chunks. That might make them cook quicker. So I might chop these up a little bit. That wouldn't be hard to do. I chopped up these sweet potatoes. I peeled and chopped them up. So it's supposed to be 2 cups of mashed sweet potatoes. I don't know if this is gonna make 2 cups, but I'm hoping so. The water's just about to boil, and so we're gonna put it in there. Let me preface this, guys. I'm not a professional cook. Normally we start over there. Today we're starting over here because the first thing we had to do was get these cooked up, and then we're gonna make these waffles, and I think they're gonna be good, but we don't know. On this channel, I'm just a normal guy who cooks for his family, and I get AI to help me figure out what to cook. All right, finally, my water is boiling. It took a very long time to get this water boiling, but we're gonna add our sweet potatoes to this. Whew, try not to burn myself in the process. There we go. And we're gonna let those boil for 15 to 20 minutes until they are tender. There is a honey drizzle that we're gonna use for these as well. And since we're already at the stovetop, I'm gonna start to prep that on super low heat, just so that'll be ready for us as well. This honey drizzle, it calls for a cup of honey. I'm not actually going to do a cup. I'm gonna do a half a cup. I'm gonna basically cut the recipe in half because it's more than we're gonna need as far as all that goes. So we're gonna do a half a cup of honey, half a teaspoon of cinnamon over pretty low heat here. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon and half a teaspoon of nutmeg. I feel like these are supposed to be healthier waffles, but with the amount of sweet stuff we're putting on them, I don't really know if it's gonna count as healthy. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. And then it says you can put a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which would be 1/8 of a teaspoon now. Actually, I just put too much nutmeg in it. Dang it. Technically, I should have done a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Maybe I'll just add the other bit of cinnamon. Be all right, it'll just be a little extra spicy. There we go. All right, so we went with a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half teaspoon of nutmeg. That's what we're doing. You can add a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne as well if you want. I actually don't have any. I was gonna do it, but I can't find it. And then we'll just stir that up. Oh, it looks like it's already warmed pretty thoroughly here. So might be a little previous on the honey thing. That's gonna be our honey drizzle. It looks like it needs more honey, to be honest with you. I kind of messed this up. I kind of messed it up. I do have more honey, so I could add another half a cup, but it's like frozen because it was in the fridge. Maybe when it cools or warms up. All right, guys, so we're working on these sweet potato waffles. They're called Viral 2023 Sweet Potato Spiced Honey Drizzle Waffles. Spiced. How it can be spiced if I don't have cayenne? I gotta find the cayenne. All right, so the sweet potatoes are soft now, so I'm gonna take those out and strain them and set them aside. Sweet potatoes are done, and so I'm gonna mash those with this little potato masher thingy. And we want them to cool, so I might put it in a different bowl. That'll give it a better shot at cooling quick. Would we consider this well enough mashed? Yeah, let me put them into another bowl. So there's our sweet potatoes, ready to get working on the rest. In a large bowl, we are going to put some flour, baking powder, and other things. How much flour? 2 cups of flour. 1 cup of flour and 2 cups of flour. There we go. Okay, so we've got our flour. Took me a minute. I had to find a teaspoon. We need 3 teaspoons of baking powder. That's 1, 2, and 3 in the flour. We then want to add a teaspoon of cinnamon. I hope this is good. I hope this is good. I don't even like sweet potatoes, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I generally dislike them. The only time I like a sweet potato is in a sweet potato casserole, which I actually did do a video where I made one of those and it was good. We then want to add a half a teaspoon of nutmeg into the mix. Like so. And ginger, that's pretty weird. We're literally putting powdered ginger in there, which I feel like that's what I use when I make like Indian food, powdered ginger. It smells spicy and not like what I want in my waffle. 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder, 1/4 teaspoon of that into the mix. I just want to combine that all up. I'm surprised there's no salt in here to like help it rise, but I guess it might not need to rise with all the sweet potato action. Mix that up. And we need another bowl to do our wet ingredients. Mashed sweet potatoes is the first one, 2 cups of them. So let me measure out the sweet potatoes. Hopefully we ended up with 2 cups worth at least. Let's say 1, and it's super hot. We're supposed to let it cool and it's burning my flesh. So that's probably not a good sign. Maybe I'll throw it in the freezer. I will say we found more honey, so I'm gonna add another 1/2 cup of honey to that mix back there. And we also found the cayenne, so I'm gonna add the cayenne as well, which is 1/4 teaspoon. For the wet ingredients, we need eggs, milk, melted butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. So how much melted butter? 1/4 cup? I believe that's 1/2 stick, yes? All right, so there's some melted butter. Now we take our measuring cup thingy here and do 1.5 cups of milk. Oh, and just spill it right on the counter, why not? It's not like I wanted it in the measuring cup. There we go, 1.5 cups. And we'll add that in with the butter, which the butter didn't all the way melt. Can I get it melted the rest of the way? So we got our butter. We're gonna add our 1.5 cups of milk into there. This bowl might be too small, hopefully not. We're then gonna crack, I think 2 eggs. Is that right? Yeah, 2 eggs into it. Not get any shells in there, hopefully. There we go. So I'm measuring out 2 tablespoons of brown sugar and just using this thing because I think all my other measuring spoons are dirty and I'm being lazy. Let's see. And then vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, so I'm just mixing this all up, kind of getting the eggs stirred and scrambled in there. Scrambled eggs with breakfast. All right, and then we're taking our sweet potatoes back out. We're gonna add this mix to that mix and see if we can't use every dish in the house. The answer, of course, is yes, I can use every dish in the house. I'm very good at it, actually. It's a skill I have. So we're gonna mix this up, get it all combined. Hopefully it starts looking like a waffle batter, but we still have to add the dry ingredients to it as well. So let's do this first. I feel like this should be more mixed together before we start adding it into the dry. Hey, if this is good, this could be like a good Christmas morning breakfast, right? Sweet potato waffles. I would say that if I wanted these for breakfast, I would probably pre-do the sweet potatoes, like cook them the night before, mash them, and just put them in the fridge or whatever, so I didn't have to do that whole project in the morning when I was hungry, which is technically what I'm doing right now, this whole project while I'm hungry, because I haven't eaten yet. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna combine it with our dry ingredients that we set up earlier, like so. And it says slowly add it in, so I'm gonna do exactly that. I'm gonna add a little bit, stir it up, add a little bit more, stir it up, and just keep doing that until it's all together. All right, there we go, the ultimate waffle. I hope this is good. Have I mentioned that I hope this is good? It's a lot of work is why I hope it so earnestly, because I don't want to do all this work for a disgusting recipe. And sometimes AI, although it's good intentioned, we think, we'll find out, I guess, long term, sometimes it makes terrible recipes that it thinks are good. See my, what was it? The ice cream sundae taco soup. Oh my gosh, that was the worst thing I've ever cooked on the channel. Ew. So I want to get this all well combined. I'm not going to over stir it because it might tell me not to. I haven't read ahead, but I want to make sure all the flour is at least not visible. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at what it says. All right, this is pretty well combined. All the sweet potato mix. Now it's going to be time to actually make some sweet potato waffles and get pumped. It's going to be good. All right, so first we got to take our waffle maker, which I do have one here, right here. I'm going to put this in the camera's angle so you can see it. Can you see that? Let's open it up. Ooh, I've already preheated it. Pretty cool. How much, wait, just touch it with my fingers and burn myself. So I'm not sure how much I need to put on there. It says to grease it. Got a little Pam. Okay, and let's get like a, I don't know, what do you think, 1 cup? 2/3 of a cup? Let's just do it. Let's just add some batter and see what happens. Boom. There, I just want to make sure it's kind of all over the place and close it. And then with this one, you turn it and you can open this side. Ta-da! And we can make another one. Pretty fancy waffle iron, huh? I think my mom got me this as a gift, but I can't remember. Or maybe she got it and I had to pen. I think it was a gift from my mom. My wife might remember. There's number 2. Put it in there. And it should beep when they're done. Hopefully. Wait, does it go like this? No, it definitely doesn't go like that. Don't be stupid, Dave. I don't know why, even for a second I would think that it would go like that, vertical. All right, let's let those cook. I'm gonna just tidy up a tiny bit. Oh, it's starting to like kind of ooze out the side here. Can you see that? Maybe not, maybe not. It smells like a, oh wow, it's kind of dripping. I think I overfilled this bottom one. Oh, it's like, oh man, how do you lock it in? It's like trying to explode. I feel like it should lock in place or something. Maybe it does go vertical? I don't know. I don't use this very often, can you tell? It's like opened up. Fail on the first waffle maybe? All right, I've got a lot of waffles, so I can always, I'm having to hold it. I know, yeah, you can see my hand here. I'm having to squeeze it tight. It's not like locking down, and I feel like it should. Unless you are supposed to cook it horizontally or vertically. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it done? Not really. It's hard to tell. Normally it would like beep and stuff, and I normally wouldn't have to hold it. I'm having technical difficulties, if you couldn't tell. Definitely technical difficulties. Do you think it's because of the sweet potato being so thick comparatively? Is that what's causing my issues? Let's take a look at this one. Does this one lock? No, this one didn't lock either. The question is really, is it done? It kind of looks done, right? I'm gonna call it done because I think it is. And therefore we're gonna take it out and try it, I think. See if it actually comes out successfully without like falling apart. Yeah, kinda. What do you think? Does it look done? I really have no clue. Maybe I'll keep letting the bottom one cook for a minute longer and see if it ever, oh, it beeped. Look, see, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. Let's take a look. This one looks a little crispier. Yeah, see, this one looks a little bit better structurally. Let's try these. I'll cook the rest later, but for now, let's try them. Should I go with the crispier one? I think the crispier one has a better chance of being good. So we're gonna go with that one first. So here is our sweet potato waffle. Now what you're supposed to do is drizzle it with this honey thing that we've made. Also, you can top it with berries. So I'm gonna use some blueberries. It says you can use pecans, which I feel like I have some, but I'm not sure. I don't really wanna dig for the pecans, that's fine. I do have whipped cream. Anyways, let's try this. Take some of this honey, drizzle it on there. This has the all the spices, the cinnamon, the nutmeg, and I did end up using the full cup worth of honey, and I did find some cayenne as well. So that's kind of like your syrup. We're gonna throw some whipped cream on it, because why not, for the health, and then some blueberries. Some blueberries. Okay, there we go. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so this was a bit of a labor of love. I hope it's good. Let's just chop it up and try it. Oh, the whipped cream's melting fast because of that honey and stuff. Here we go. This is quite good, actually. It's got a little hint of sweet potato, like you'd find in a sweet potato casserole, but the sweet potato is not overwhelming. It's not overwhelmingly sweet potato-y. You can get a lot of that honey. It's actually really quite excellent. I think I like it better than a normal waffle. It's got more depth. It's a lot more work than a normal waffle too, so you gotta kind of weigh the pros and cons of that. It doesn't taste spicy. I can't really pick up the ginger much, but it's really good. I'd say try it. If you like, especially if you're a sweet potato lover, like this would be perfect for you. Like if you like sweet potato fries and all that sort of stuff, then this would definitely hit the spot for you. All right, that's it for today's episode of AI Kitchen, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Try this, it's something new. It's really good. You could put strawberries on it. I did get some strawberries. I wouldn't really change anything though. It's delicious. So thanks for watching. Bye-bye.